Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. We are coming live from Las Vegas, Nevada. Well, at least one of us is, not me, but I'm in California still. So anyway, please help me welcome Robert Eisenstadt to the program here. Thanks, Robert.
Thanks for having me, man. Dude, that intro is sweet.
Yeah, it's not bad, huh? Actually makes me look professional. It makes me look like I actually know what I'm doing.
You do know what you're doing, man. That's why so many people believe in you.
Thanks. I appreciate that. Robert, love having you in here. Let's talk about a lot of stuff. I got a lot to unpack today. So pretty cool stuff. Let's talk about who Robert is. Just tell us a little bit about yourself and your history.
Oh, man. All right. Let me try and unpack like the past 10 years in 10 seconds.
Maybe not that far back, but yeah.
So
however far you want to go.
Well, I started my business because I was working for somebody else that my dad died while I was at work. And, they basically told me I couldn't take the time off that I needed to handle his funeral, his estate, all that stuff. It was just me and him. And I kind of made that precedent. I was like, dude, I'm never going to let anybody tell me what I can and can't do with my life ever again.
Yeah.
And so I have a cool little history, 10 years of just nothing but trial and error and just learning. I didn't have, when I was starting my business, people like Matt or myself or people that were teaching. Like, I didn't know anything about this, right? And so I started as a carpet cleaning business. I opened up a pressure washing division, and then I got into construction. That blew up really big. I was actually losing $20,000 a month and didn't even know it. I ended up closing everything down about 4 years ago now, focused just on pressure washing. And we had about $70,000 in contracts for the pressure washing when we started that. Now we're over 7 figures. And then, I met you guys at the huge convention, got into holiday lighting and just absolutely fell in love with it. Yeah. And I've just been going ever since, man. And, now I kind of follow in Mr. Matt's footsteps, trying to help people, like an older version of myself. And I love doing all of it,
Well, I think that shifted. So I'm following you in some instances. I mean, I look at what you do, your posts and stuff like that, very inspirational. A lot of stuff I see that you put out there and I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool. So, and, especially what happened in August of last year, that was something, I look to you like, wow, this is something Robert said to me that changed my life. And we've talked about that in the past.
Yeah.
And, just a little comment like that to somebody. And it's just like, it changes the trajectory of someone's life just by something simple. They said, you didn't even mean it. You said it as a joke. And it just, completely changed my life in the path I was going on. So I appreciate that.
Yeah. I mean, dude, words are powerful.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I've really figured out, to be honest with you. And that's what helps me so much through like business and just relationships. And that's what all this is about, is relationships,
Yeah, exactly. So let's talk about your business. And you've built it to 7 figures. That's pretty insane. That's very impressive. Your holiday lighting business is definitely scaling year after year. You are now a certified trainer of CLIPA. Welcome to the team. We're very excited to have you. So let's talk about your business and your history. And I know you've went through some tough times. I mean, I've heard some stories. I've heard you talk about your stories, and I'm not going to give it completely away because that might be something you're doing in your talk and stuff about your friends and, losing friends, them taking their own lives and stuff like that. How do you persevere? How do you come through and just keep moving forward? I mean, that's a tough time. I had a friend take his life this last year, and it's not easy. It's a struggle, and you go through some tough times and tough periods. How do you get yourself back up?
Yeah. Man, I'm getting chills. I don't know why. So, I found my best friend 2 minutes after he committed suicide by a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head when I was 17 years old. That was like my first experience. It was extremely gory, and it really messed me up for a long time. I couldn't walk in the dark alone. Like, there's a lot of things that happened, right? And then it was just pretty much like every year I was losing somebody to some kind of traumatic event. But the thing is like, I didn't really have a choice, especially after my dad died. I was kind of alone. I was forced to figure it out by myself.
Yeah.
Which, I wouldn't wish upon anybody, but I'm thankful that I've gone through all that stuff. And now it's kind of to the point where I just look at everything like a speed bump and not a wall. I call a lot of the issues or, hardships in our lives speed bumps. Like, it's just a speed bump. It's going to slow you down a little bit, but it's not going to completely stop you if you can just get over the bump. Right. And so, what's that?
Yeah, no, I'm agreeing with you. I
Yeah.
love
So
it.
like, I mean, even the huge convention and like, this is like a perfect example, right? Like the huge convention where I met you guys, 4 days before that, I was in the hospital for a week getting diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. And
Yeah.
like, it wrecked me, all the drugs that they put me on, the steroids, all that kind of stuff. And that's the thing, is like, it's always mind over matter. And if you could just tell yourself like, hey, I'm going to push through this and I'm going to figure this out, then it just works. Like your mind is the most powerful tool you have. Use
Mhm.
it. I don't know. It's not hard. You just push through it and you just keep going and it
Yeah.
works.
Yeah, and you show in your post and all that stuff, family. Family is huge to you, and you're welcoming a new child here. What's the due date on the child, the new one?
Well, today's the 14th, so she's due in 3 days.
Oh wow, 3 days.
Uh, yeah,
Okay.
3 days. She's actually at the doctor's right now, probably getting her membrane swept. I don't know what that is. I don't know. I don't want to know what it is, but so it could be today. It could be later today.
Wow. Okay. Well, thoughts and prayers are out to you and your wife and your family. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
thanks, man.
Love it. Love
We're
it. Bringing
super
it.
excited.
You're at a different stage than I am. So, my children are all grown. Now I'm experiencing that with my grandchildren. He was actually knocking on my door here in a few minutes ago, and I was like, I got an interview to do. He's pa, so it's so cool. And all I can say to you is just enjoy every single moment. And I feel like you do that. You already do it. And I tell people, before you know it, you're going to be walking her down the aisle. You're going to be holding, her son or daughter, your grandson, before you even know it. It just goes, it goes like that. So, make sure you soak every moment up.
Man, you're gonna be getting me all emotional today. Come on.
Well, that's what we're here. So, in the stories, and I apologize for bringing those things, bringing that
No, you're
up,
good.
and bringing those emotions, but it's important because, people experience this too. There might be someone out there, struggling right now that's in that storm where you've already been through it, that you can help people. So I think it's important to share those stories, as bad as they are, and, as chilling as they are. I think it's definitely important to share, stuff like that, because you never know who you're going to help just by a simple story.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. And like, to anybody that's watching this, if you guys see me at ClipACon or the Huge or whatever, like, don't be afraid to come up and ask me literally anything. I put up a post on my Instagram story last week, and I was just talking about like, hey, whatever you're dealing with, I promise you somebody else is dealing with the same thing or has dealt with the same thing. I don't know if you saw that or not. I had two people call me the next day. One dude was suicidal. I ended up helping him out, talking him through all that kind of stuff, and kind of helped him come up with like a game plan. So that was like really powerful. And I love doing that stuff. I had another friend reach out to me a few hours later asking for some advice. And it's just like, dude, there's no shame in whatever you're going through, whether it's business struggles, personal struggles, financial struggles, like everybody has been through it.
Sure.
Just nobody talks about it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think it's important. A lot of people want to change the world. I think it's just important to, start small and just one person at a time. That's what you can do. And like that guy, you saved a life, hopefully he's better now. We're, pray for him. Hopefully he's doing well.
Yeah, he's doing good, man. I followed up with him a couple times, and he sent me some pictures, and it was awesome.
Good. You're saving lives, Robert. You're saving lives.
I don't know about that.
All right.
Man.
Well, let's go on a different topic here. Let's talk about ClipACon. Excited to see you speak. The first time I got to see you speak, I believe, was at the Gutter Summit last year. I think that was that your first speaking engagement, or
no? That wasn't my first speaking engagement, but
okay.
I mean,
I think that was the first time I had an opportunity to see you speak, and I was floored. I was blown away. I mean, you were awesome. You came after. I think you were like, oh man, did I seem nervous? I was like, man, you knocked that out of the park. So beautiful job. Looking forward to seeing you speak at ClipACon this year. What can we expect from you this year?
Oh man, I got something special for this year. Honestly,
right.
I kind of been talking to Chelsea a little bit and kind of trying to figure out and gauge like what everybody really needs. And I've done, a lot of people that maybe watch this have seen like the LinkedIn class that I've done.
Yeah.
And that will be incorporated for sure. I don't want to give too much away, but I might have some, demonstrations and stuff that are really going to help people, help it click in their head. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I'm really excited to be able to kind of show that, because the funny thing is we could be told the same thing over and over and over again by some people. And sometimes you just need to hear it from one person just a little differently for it to make sense.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of my goal, is to try and just get these things to click for a lot of people and make a massive impact inside of their lives and help them really grow as a person and as a business and all that kind of stuff. Because, I always say that I want to help an older version of myself. So I'm going to be diving super deep into relationships and commercial sales and all that kind of stuff, and team building and a bunch of different things. So I think it's going to be a powerhouse, to be honest with you.
No, it will be. It definitely will be. I'm excited to hear that. I think it's pretty cool. I mean, you've got this thing, you're unpacking at CLIPA. John Majak has his thing. He's unpacking this. Everybody's introducing something new, and they're excited about it. I love it. And I think that's what makes CLIPA. I think that's really what makes our event, when people come to it, is they see something that they don't see at other events. There's not 12 people speaking about, mindset and motivational speaking and things like that. We'd like to really spread it out. And I think you have a unique topic, which is really cool. You definitely have a unique topic. So excited to see you speak. Can't wait for it.
Yeah. That's one of the things that I really take deeply into consideration whenever I have any kind of speaking engagements, because I've sat through so many of them. And, there's a lot of motivation out there, and there's a lot of, rah and, look at me. I want to be the guy that it's like, where I come, I'm giving you step-by-step action plan that I could read to a third grader, but it's really awesome that it's like, dude, if you follow this to the T, I promise you it will work. It can't not work. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and you do a great job at that too. That's why I ended up getting into holiday lights and got so deep into CLIPA. It was like, I met you at the Huge. I think it was like 2 weeks later, I flew to Houston, Texas to take a training.
Yeah. Yep.
And, I just dove in because everything that you were saying made sense. You showed me how to run a profitable holiday lighting company. I didn't even have a single job. I bought $20,000 in product and just went for it, And so that's kind of what I want to be able to deliver, is like, if you do this, it will work. And it's like, some of the stuff that I say during, some classes or whatever that I do, I get messages all the time like, dude, I just landed a $30,000 contract. Like, this is so sick.
Yeah.
Nice. Take time.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. So let's get a little bit personal here.
Okay.
What is Robert? Well, we've actually got a lot personal. We already did that. We talked about that right in the beginning anyway. What is Robert doing to level up in 2025?
Oh man, a lot of things. I got a lot of things working in the background right now. I wish I could show you. We're vertically integrating a lot of different companies right now, to be honest with you. Okay. I'm working on vertically integrating a couple different companies. That now that we've worked so hard, my wife is just a saint. Oh, she's amazing. She's helped us build a lot of systems internally. And so now that we have all these systems, we're kind of just being able to plug and play them inside of other businesses. And that's why this, commercial stuff is so important, is because once you build all these relationships, it's really easy to just plug and play different things to be able to solve problems for other people, like be the solution. Right. Yeah. And so to answer your question, we're scaling in a lot of different avenues, to be honest with you. Nice. We've added permanent lighting to the company. Obviously holiday lighting is just growing like crazy. And some other companies that are service-based as well.
Love it. So you just tackled my next question, which was great. Which is, what are you doing for business to level up in 2025? So let's back up and go back to the original question. What is Robert doing?
Oh, Robert. Oh man. I'm talking to people like you. I have a business coach that I have, and it's not just in business too. Like, a lot of that stuff is self-development. I'm super into fitness right now. I'm in the gym a minimum of 5 days a week. I'm healthier than I've ever been. I measured it this morning. I'm at 8% body fat.
Nice.
And like I'm I feel good. I'm constantly reading, and I'm spending a lot of time with my family. just doing all the stuff that we need to be doing. Our
Yeah.
brains are muscles, and you need to feed them. So,
Yeah.
but I would say the biggest thing that is really helping me is just networking with people like you, people like John Majak, or, I got that Facebook group of commercial pressure washing contractors. I talk with people in there all the time, or Josh Latimer, just reaching out and talking to people and not being afraid to ask questions.
There you go. See, you just answered that question now. I like it.
Yeah. Sorry. I get so passionate about this stuff, man.
Oh, that's great. It's not like you trailed off and didn't answer the question. You answered the part number 2, but that's all right. We'll go back to part 1, but that was a perfect answer. So I appreciate that. Well, Robert, I thank you very much. Looking forward to hearing you speak out there. Looking forward to see what 2025 brings for you. I know it's going to be powerful. It's going to be great. You're doing phenomenal out there in Vegas. Across the board. I think you're amazing individual, and just love, keep up what you're doing. I just love watching your posts and all that stuff and seeing what's going on with the family. So keep on.
Well, thank you, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate the opportunity. I appreciate your friendship. And, CLIPA has been like one of the most amazing things that has happened to me and my business. Just your entire staff is just so friendly and so positive and so willing to lend a hand. And, I couldn't do it without you guys.
All right. Well, it's right there in our core values. That's what we better be doing, is making sure we're taking care of you guys.
And you are. I appreciate you, man.
Perfect. So if you guys want to join us at CLIPACon and come see Robert speak, you definitely want to join us and come see that. He's going to talk about his LinkedIn and all sorts of different stuff. So really looking forward to that. We come out Gaylord Opryland in Nashville, Tennessee, August 19th and 20th. Well, there's flashing up and down. I'm getting ahead of myself. Thank you, Shira. Appreciate that. So if you want to join us, come on out there. Beautiful hotel, beautiful exhibit hall. We're going to have vendors. We're going to have speakers. We're going to have all sorts of stuff. Big thank you to our sponsors, Mr. Pipeline, Action Lighting, S4 Lights, Tough Clips, Tencel CRM, Gordian Staffing, Holiday Home Concepts, Lightorama. Very cool. We got them talking for about 2 or 3 hours about Lightorama. Big Star Lights, St. Nick's Holiday Lighting, Holodynamics, Landscape Lighting Secrets. Man, this thing just keeps getting longer and longer. Love it. Higher Lead Chill, Secret Weapons, all of our sponsors. Thank you very much. Without you, this would not be possible. Without people like Robert, this would not be possible. So Robert, once again, thank you very much. We will see you in Nashville on August 19th and 20th. Looking forward to it. Thank you, Robert.
Can't wait, man. See you there. Thanks.
All right. Take care.